Good morning, friends. Ann here. Got my cup of coffee, got the Word of God, and today's reading is from Obadiah chapter 1, verses 15 through 21. Friends, we are finishing out this one chapter book of Obadiah, and if you remember, this whole book, this whole chapter is talking about God's judgment on the land of Edom, who was descended from Esau, who is Jacob's brother, the father of Israel. So we had these two nations that were basically brothers, so to speak, in their lineage and in their heritage, but yet Edom was coming in and taking advantage of Israel as they were moving off into exile. And here is what God says to them in this, in chapter 1, verses 15 and 16. He says this: "The day is near when I, the Lord, will judge all godless nations. As you have done to Israel, so it will be done to you. All your evil deeds will fall back on your own heads. Just as you swallowed up my people on my holy mountain, so you and the surrounding nations will swallow the punishment I pour out on you. Yes, all you nations will drink and stagger and disappear from history." Friends, this reminds me of this phrase that says, "You will harvest or you will reap what you sow." Have you ever heard that phrase, where you will reap or harvest what you sow? Meaning that if you sow and if you plant corn, what are you going to harvest? You can't go to your corn plant and expect that you're going to get cucumbers. Or if you plant a thorn bush, you can't go to the thorn bush and expect to get apples like you had planted an apple tree. Whatever you sow into the world, whatever you sow into other people's lives, whatever you sow into your relationships, that is what you will reap. That is what you will harvest. And friends, I think it's so important for us, just like in this nation of Edom, they were about to atone for all of the evil deeds that they had sown into their brother Jacob, their brother Israel. But in that same way, we should evaluate what we are sowing into the world, what we are sowing into our relationships, what we are planting in the different circles and the areas of influence where we find ourselves. Friends, if you are planting gossip, don't expect to reap a harvest of affirmation and praise. If you are planting unkindness, don't expect that you are going to reap an abundance of love and goodwill from other people. If you are planting things that are negative and demeaning to other people, if you are planting prejudice, if you are planting exclusion, if you are planting unacceptance, don't expect that you are going to get anything but that in return. Because, friends, you will reap what you sow. The nation of Edom was about to reap what they sowed. And friends, I want you to think about that in your life, and me to think about that in my life. What am I sowing or planting into the world and into other people? Because the very same thing that I plant is going to be what I harvest and reap in my life. Have a good day.